Year's 2005, and we're going to talk about Lord of War. My name is Brian Lee. To my right-hand side is...
Christopher Lee.
To my left-hand side...
Bran Bran.
All right. Yep. Gesundheit. This week, we're going to drink Short Fuse Barrel-Aged Belgian Dark Ale. Product of the USA. 10.8% alcohol. Dead full alcohol. Belgian Dark Ale. Dark brown color. Full-bodied beer. No, dark brown in color and full-bodied beer.
Maybe we did the whole episode like that.
He turned into like a sports announcer, like super quick.
This high-gravity beer has hints of brown sugar, raisins, black cherry, with a sweetened early backbone with hints of oak from the barrel. This beer was smooth, well, high-gravity beer.
Again.
I wish we'd do the whole episode like that.
God.
Let me tell you about this Nick Cage movie. I like it. It's a really good thing.
Why is it Bozo?
Hey, man. Bozo likes beer, too.
Bozo?
10.8% seems high. What's a beer usually?
It's higher.
It's higher, yeah.
Yeah,
Like Creed, right?
Most of them, like what?
Like Creed, right?
The movie?
Take me higher.
Look at this graph.
That's
Yeah. We all seen it? Okay.
I've seen it.
Yes.
Photograph.
Yeah, like
that
most are
graph.
like 4 or 5%.
Okay.
Well, it better be good.
Let's see how this goes.
I don't really get anything off of it. Well, I always like to give it a little...
Right, sniff. I do too.
Yeah.
I do too.
But I'm not getting
Do
anything
we want
off
to
it.
aerate it while we're at it? Or I mean...
I'm blowing on it. That's how you aerate it, right?
You're a spooky ghost. Ooh, tiny ghost.
You just went to a winery, it's just a bunch of middle-aged men.
I'm aerating the wine.
Actually, when I went to Napa, that's all it was. It's wineries and old men.
I'd fit right in, man.
I'm going to start doing that, and then it's going to become a thing.
It has to. Like, what are you doing? It's like, what, you don't aerate your beer? What, you weirdo?
You haven't been to Paris?
Yeah.
Everyone's doing it in Milan.
There you go. The beginning.
Yes.
You follow
this movie, right?
You follow a bullet.
Yes. In terrible CG.
CG horrible.
The resolution was really low.
But
it was like grainy, like a Zapruder film or something.
It was brutal.
Oswald.
It was brutal. Following it? Because I've never seen this movie.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
I'm dying. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I was just like, okay, what are they doing? Like, oh, this is kind of like just showing the bullet going, whatever,
right.
you know? It's Lord of War, you know? And then you see where the bullet ends up.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whoa, this is brutal. Okay, cool. Let's go into it. Yeah, it got my attention. I just say it got my attention. I wanted to see what was going to happen. So that was, it was a good
Credits
beginning.
felt really long though.
Yeah, it did a bit.
Like
yeah,
I almost wondered at a point if the whole movie was going to be credits.
Yeah. It was a bit. It was more than a bit. It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. But once it finally ended, it's like, okay, good. Now, okay, great. It was pretty.
Now I can start my day.
Yeah, exactly. It was kind of cool seeing what happened, but now let's move on. Yeah, I did like it.
Another 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, 8 episodes ago, that trend can stop at any time now.
Seriously.
Got things to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Luckily, I was hungover. So I watched it this morning. So I didn't have things to do. Plot keywords from IMDb.
You want to take any guesses? It's okay if you don't want to.
Arms.
War of Lord.
Arms dealer. Close enough. What'd you say?
War of Lord.
Warlord.
Damn it.
And also 1980s.
Okay.
Ukrainian.
Bath of Blood.
Bath of
I
Blood.
wish. Immortality.
Immortality. I don't know how that fits. You okay there?
Excuse me, I forgot how to
swallowing is a
how
thing.
to drink coffee there for a second.
Yeah, this movie has lots of Nick Cage voiceover, which I think is a first.
Yeah. It's. I think the bulk of it's voiceover.
Yeah.
Really. It
I
was
didn't mind
fine. Yeah, I didn't mind it at all. All right. Yeah. Starts off about him just explaining where he came from.
Yeah.
Born Ukraine, but in the 70s.
Right.
Moved to New York.
But since it was during the Cold War.
They had to be Jewish. Yeah. So actually, that was kind of funny how like they had the restaurant, but the dad really took to being Jewish.
Right.
But the mom was super Catholic.
Right.
she puts a bunch of mussels. Yeah. Everybody's like, I can't eat this. She's like, you're not even Jewish.
Right. Pretty funny. I'm going to temple.
No, and then Jared Leto, who's a handsome man. He's a good looking guy. Yeah. Well,
Did
I
you
guess
just
I
notice it this movie?
Well, I never really. I couldn't tell you anything he's done.
Requiem for a Dream.
30 Seconds to
Have you
Mars.
never seen that?
I have, but I didn't remember he was in it.
30 Seconds to Mars.
Nope.
No, it's the band. It's the band that he's in.
I knew he was in a band. I didn't know what it was called. I listen to music from like the early 2000s.
I was hoping like
Eiffel 65, NSYNC, and Backstreet Boys.
I'm Blue. Exactly. The monkey dances and everything.
Wait, I was doing like the old timey record player.
I thought you were doing the
grinder organ.
Yeah, the grinder organ. Yeah. Dude, that's what they did. That'd be great. 1850s.
Is the monkey there or is the guy doing it?
Does it with the monkey. The monkey's twerking. Oh, man.
Why do they call it a grinder organ?
Because I think back in the day when you would make you grind to make sausage, and so it's the same movement.
That could be.
So it was a grinder, or it was an organ, but it was you ground. You make sausage when you made music.
This is how we do it.
That is how they did it.
Oh my dude! So what was I watching? I was watching Good Mythical Morning
Yes,
with Brett and Link, and they were talking about like they like
so funny.
They're pretty good. But they were talking about like failed or like fast food items that like went away. And so what they did is they like hired they had a chef like remake them and bring them back, and they're like oh, should it be brought back or not?
Yeah.
So one of them was the who was it? It was the Cheetos like mac and what was it? It was like deep fried Cheeto
the mac and Cheetos.
It's Cheetos, like a crispy Cheeto outside with like mac and cheese like on the inside.
Yeah, it was Burger King, right?
Yeah, I think it was Burger King.
I remember seeing. I never had it, but I remember seeing it. Yeah.
So the commercial, dude. So do you remember what the commercial was?
I remember it being ridiculous. I couldn't tell you what happened.
So it's the music video for Return of the Mac, but all they did was superimpose Chester Cheeto's face on Mark Morrison's face. And they're playing the song. It's like Return of the Mac and Cheetos. Dude, I was dying.
Dude, I don't think I would eat any Burger King if it weren't for their like zany like commercials and also the food they offer. Like some of their food that you can't go to McDonald's and get mac and cheese coated in Cheetos and given to you. You get a Big Mac there. Burger King comes up with some weird stuff.
Yeah.
And
dude, the rodeo burger used to be my fucking
they still have it.
dude, yes.
A lot of times it's not on the menu.
It's not,
if you
yeah.
ask.
They'll make it for you. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Their tacos.
The tacos they're like Jack in the Box tacos though.
I just had Jack in the Box tacos like a month ago.
They're good.
They're good. I like Burger King's better. Burger King tacos, I say they're better than Jack in the Box, and I've had both quite a few times. And I would rank Burger King tacos. Jack in the Box, they're not as crunchy as the Burger King tacos. Burger King tacos, like the shell is super crunchy. It's really good, and they give you like this. They put sauce on it, great sauce. Jack in the Box tacos, great, but the shell isn't as crunchy. I'm dying. It's like it almost seems like for Burger King, they just take a patty and throw it in there with lettuce and a slice of cheese. You know, it's super good. Jack in the Box, it almost seems like I don't know what it is about it. I can't explain it. I just think Burger King's better. And I bet you a lot of people disagree with me. But if you're on the fence, go to Burger King, get their tacos. And plus, we live in Illinois. You can't get Jack in the Box here. There used to be Jack in the Box here.
Do you have a Jack in the Box?
When I was a kid, I used to eat Jack in the Box in Illinois.
Hardee's is garbage. Wait, is Hardee's around still?
You can find a Carl. Is it Carl? Whatever, which one it is. Carl's Jr. Hardee's.
Carl's Jr. is not in Illinois.
Okay, Hardee's.
So I just looked that up.
Okay, I think it's up.
Wait, hold on. Why?
Because DC is sponsored by Carl's Jr. now.
DC?
Cormier.
Oh,
Yeah, because Derek Lewis was Popeyes.
Oh,
so
okay.
DC
God,
is
I love
Carl's.
Popeyes.
Yeah, Carl's Jr. So it's like, yeah, I will go to Carl's Jr., but there's none in Illinois. So
Yeah, let's go to Hardee's. I think it's off of Manheim, maybe. Dude, I went there 20 minutes in the drive-thru, and they didn't even give us all our food. I had to go back inside, and I went there, and the man, I'm like, you forgot 2 of our whatever, and she's just like, oh, okay.
okay,
Yeah, she's like, okay. And I'm just like, great. And then so we get our and by the way, when we're in the drive-thru, so a couple homeless people came up and they're standing next to us in the drive-thru, just like give me money. Not even like saying, hey, could you gotta give me $5. Give me the. I'm just like,
that's fucking smart on their part because they know you can't get away because you're waiting for your food.
So I'm like, windows up.
Watch the music.
Yeah, I didn't even know because I'm just like not dealing with it. Because even at when you're driving, you're downtown, you're trying to get off at an exit right at the light, you're just bombarded by people. But I'm like, no, I haven't been back. I've not been back because the guy making the stuff, I saw him. I'm waiting for my 2 burgers. He's just holding food in his hands, talking to the manager, just holding, and for 10 minutes. I'm like, how does stuff get done here? So yeah, never again. You hear that? Done. You hear that? Carl's Jr. Hardee's. You're one in Illinois. It's the pits. So anyway, back to Lord of War. I like using that more. The pits. I'm starting to bring that back.
The episode of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
It's the pits.
It's really the pits.
I love it.
I fucking hate Salem the cat.
Did you see the new one on Netflix?
No,
I didn't watch it, but it's really dark. It's supposed to be dark.
Like sister.
No, not Tia and Tamara. That was their names on Sister. You don't know this stuff?
I know.
Oh, damn it. I thought you would know. Anyways, no, dark as in
I know what you meant.
Yeah, dark as in spookier.
Dark Knight?
Right. Spookier. It's supposed to be more gritty. More she's an actual.
Gotta be gritty.
She's an actual witch, and there's a covenant.
She's an actual witch in that.
Well, you know, like a witch, not I'm a teenage witch. Oh, my homework's done. No, not that. An actual, I'm a witch, and I'm gonna put a curse on you and hacks and stuff. It's scary.
Never mind. That was last week we were talking about. We were talking about Stephen King. Was Thinner a book?
Thinner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were they all books?
I think so. He's
they can't be we made a movie. By the way, Stephen King is a guy. Stephen King wrote a book, and then they would do the movie off of his book. Which Thinner scared the crap out of me when I was a kid.
I've never seen or read it.
And I watched it when I was older.
I still may have had going.
No. When I was a kid, terrifying. As an adult, not at all.
Here's the thing: when he's fat, the main character,
it's hilarious.
His mannerisms are so similar to the dad from Dinosaurs. He's like, yes. Oh, morning fun.
Not the mama. Ukraine.
Yes.
They're in America.
Lord of War, yes.
They're in America. It's, I think, Brooklyn or Brighton Beach. They're off of Brighton Beach. It's a very rough neighborhood, very bad. It's saying only the good come out of Brighton is what they said in the movie. So they open a restaurant. The family does. And he works, I don't know if he works there, but his brother, Jared Leto.
Yeah.
He's the chef, the cook. Now, when he's cooking, they show him cooking, I'm like, what is in that pot? It looked really
it was a big thing of beans, wasn't it?
It was borscht.
It was what?
Borscht. It's basically I've had it before. I don't like it. My family used to make it. It's more of a Eastern European type thing. How did my grandpa used to make it? It basically what he made it. But my grandpa was a gross. He's so disgusting. He couldn't cook.
My grandpa was gross.
Well, he couldn't.
Picking his nose.
I loved him deeply.
Love you.
But he just was not a good cook.
Right.
And so he'd make his borscht and he'd put fish in his borscht.
Fuck, I got Morse code over here. Sorry, keep going.
And so like it was red, like it was a red sauce with like onions and cabbage and fish. And there's multiple ways to make borscht.
Borscht? Is
it's
it
like a soup.
Oh, okay.
It's like a soup / stew type
Yeah, for
thing.
some
More
reason I
soup.
just assumed it was like maybe like pasta sauce or something.
It's an actual soup.
Okay.
I'm sure that there's people out there that can make it that tastes fantastic. I've had it where it's not good.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of it. I don't like it. Like I said, everyone has their own specifics. So when I'm just like saw it and I'm just like, when I heard Ukraine and everything, I'm just like, I don't know what he's cooking. In my head, I'm thinking it's probably borscht, but it's gross. And it ended up being that. It was like, ugh. Didn't want to deal with that.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, now, how did he go? It seemed he really got into this
You
business.
have no notes for this.
No, it's all up here, bro. It's all up here, bro. It got really. It went from restaurant to him becoming a gun,
Right.
selling guns really quickly. There was
Yeah,
there
kinda.
wasn't any really like.
Well, I mean, so like, yeah, because it showed him like going across the street to that one restaurant. And like it's like the mobsters doing the hit on that one guy.
Yes.
Why would the mobsters only shoot a top portion of a? Yeah, because like they're like oh, we're gonna go whack this guy off this guy, whack off this guy. Yeah, Family Guy joke. Anyway, yeah, so like he like pushes over the table and hides behind the table.
Yeah.
And they shoot just like one portion of the table.
Yeah.
Like fucking blast that motherfucker.
Yeah,
It's like shoot
yeah.
like then make a
Yeah.
smiley face. Like do something like
Yeah, because I thought it was gonna be something like interesting, like like that one mobster has like a bulletproof table, so when he knocked it over, like he can hide by it.
No, it's a
but, like,
table. Yeah.
it was a normal table. They just
Stood
were
up, he
terrible
shot
aims.
a couple times at the guys, and then he aimed his gun at Nick Cage. And the guy realized Nick Cage wasn't a part of it.
Right.
And put his gun down. And then Nick Cage's like, that's the moment I knew.
Yeah, that's how he wanted to get into arms
This
dealing.
is how I'm going to live my life and sell guns. I'm just like,
This is a stretch.
He started wearing a necklace with a bullet on it, like,
Which is very.
Well, I Googled to like, because I'm like, okay, did
you're
this.
gonna buy the necklace, aren't
Well,
you?
no, the thing, I was like, okay, so the movie gets really in depth at certain parts. So I'm like, okay, so did this movie change any gun like type laws or anything? Because like, 'cause I remember, well, I'll get into that later, but like, did this change anything in the way that like Interpol or certain country governments deal with small arms? Because it really is an issue out there. It really is a huge issue. And I was wondering,
Soapbox Bran Bran over here.
your guts, I hate them so much.
Why are you Christopher Walken?
It happens.
Your guts.
I hate them.
I hate them.
Fight us.
Foo Fighters.
It's the emphasis on Foo Fighters. Oh, that's what I thought. Ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters.
I love that so
So
much.
good. Such a good story.
It really is. Where was I? I don't know.
Bullet around the neck, the necklace.
Yeah.
Bullet necklace.
So the bullet necklace thing was
Dude,
like,
that's like something like if you're like a juggalo, that's something you would do.
it really is a juggalo thing. But I mean, I don't want to say
Right, that's what they do?
It was whoop whoop. Yeah, and down for the clown. Like no, if you're down with the clown, you're down for life, yo. I actually went to an ICP concert when I was 16. 17?
Oh, Brad.
with the face paint.
Dude, no, I don't wear face paint. Okay.
Oh, because that would be ridiculous.
Okay, so I had a white shirt on, okay?
Okay.
With jeans. And so
Do you have a photo
no,
of this?
no, I
Jinkos,
don't.
Jinkos.
I didn't have, no, I never wore Jinkos.
Oh.
I never wore Jinkos. I just didn't. I just wore, I wasn't that, dude, I had no money. You didn't expect me to wear Jinkos?
Do you have knockoff Jinkos?
Did you have like really bad? They were really baggy though,
They were,
right?
I did wear, I wear baggy jeans now. I don't like tight jeans. It's constricting. It makes
Dude,
me,
you gotta show off that farmer butt.
it makes me nervous. I don't get into it. Anyway, so I'm at the concert. And we're waiting. Dude, it was ridiculous. Like, so, like, I'm like, like I said, 16, 17 years old. And so I'm standing there, and all of a sudden, all these, like, chicks start pulling shirts up, showing their boobs. I'm just like, oh, God, what's happening?
I bet you wish you had baggy jeans then.
Exactly. So all of a sudden, they come up, and they have these huge water cannons on stage. And they shot Faygo at the crowd.
I was like, oh, at least this is water, not Faygo. No,
Diet
it's Faygo.
root beer Faygo.
Ew.
Ew.
Now it's
Why is
it's,
that a thing?
it's like November or December. So it's freezing outside.
Oh, is it outdoor?
No, it's inside. I
Okay.
think we were at. I can't even remember where we were at. And anyway, so everyone's drenched in Dine Ripper Fago. There's like at the end of the concert, he's like, "Come on, Juggalos, come up on stage!" Like 30 chicks go on stage. They're half naked up there. I'm just like, the 60-year-old Brandon singing is the best thing in the world. Show's over. My white shirt is brown.
Gross.
I throw it in my friend's 1978 Caprice, a gold Caprice. I throw it in his trunk. He ends up selling it with my shirt like 3 years later, still in the trunk. Dude, I have to say, like, I was never really a huge fan of ICP. I never really was a fan. It was
But after that concert, you're changed.
It was I've been to so many concerts. That was the most insane, really, concert I've been to. Like because you know how when you go to concerts, there's a pit sometimes.
Yes.
And but you could always stand outside of the pit.
Right.
The entire crowd was a pit.
Interesting.
Like there was like a time where like the crowd they lean to the left. Everyone would just start going like to the left.
Yeah.
And like I almost fell like 5 times. It was insane. I'll never forget it. I wouldn't go again. I wouldn't buy their music. But the experience I had from that, I won't forget it. It was the most insane concert I've ever been to.
I can see there being some good people watching there.
It was amazing. It was the body surfing. You know, it's body surfing. So a few people sometimes at a time, maybe usually one. 20 people up.
Jesus.
It was nuts. So wouldn't do it again. But it was an experience.
I feel like we should start a GoFundMe so you can go to the gathering of the Juggalos.
Where's that at?
That's in Illinois.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if you're listening or watching or whatever, just give me money for that, please. How do I do this? How do you start a GoFundMe?
I don't know.
I mean, Patreon or PayPal or I don't know.
Okay.
You just want to give out your address. People just leave
that's why I'm
dollars
just
on
like,
your.
I don't want to do that at all. I know, not at all.
Juggalos specifically. Come to Bran Bran's address. Woo woo.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta
Yell
get
woo woo and ring his doorbell.
Yeah, we got to get off of this Juggalo
You'll change
thing.
your doorbell so it goes woo woo.
I hate when people come to my house like and ring. I don't know them. I tell you the ComEd guy. So ComEd is the electric company in Illinois.
Yes.
And I didn't know it was him. Well, they like for like 5 minutes straight, someone knocking and ringing my doorbell. And I'm sitting on my couch, which is like 10 minutes.
No,
Not getting up, not doing it. And until it stopped. And then like maybe a half an hour later, I go and there's a thing on my door. All it was, they just wanted to look at the meter on the outside of my house.
Right.
They didn't need to do anything. Go ahead and look. I don't need you to ring my doorbell. I don't need to know you.
I don't need to know you.
So there you go.
He's not going to give you his life story. He just wants to read your meter.
So what are we on?
on?
So okay, we got to get back to that. I'm Mr. Tangent. That's like my middle name.
Tandy.
There you go, Mr. Tandy, right here. I got Bran, Tandy,
Yeah,
everything.
Tandy.
Yeah,
We
there
gotta
you go.
call you.
There you go.
Bran Bran Tandy.
Bran, Tandy.
Tandy.
So, all right, making the borscht. Nick Cage, making the deciding,
Hey, making the bush.
making the borscht.
So, question. And this is for Brian. Sorry, Brian.
That's fine. I get it. Okay, I understand. Yeah.
At any point in our entire life, have we referred to each other as brother?
No.
Okay. They do that constantly in this movie.
Yeah, they do
like,
it a lot.
That's not a thing.
Yeah.
If anything, you've referred to me more as Christopher Lee
Right.
than brother.
Which some people find odd.
So then, like, every time Caroline was like, "Hey, brother," I was like, "That doesn't happen."
Why did you say Christopher Lee?
Brothers, calm down. I didn't. I feel like they did a really poor job saying it was the 80s.
They really didn't. You couldn't tell it was. They didn't have the old car.
It
You
didn't
couldn't
look
tell.
like the 80s.
Well, you couldn't tell when it went to the 80s and to the 90s. You couldn't tell
Right,
in the
yeah.
70s.
Except
It
for
was
what was on TV.
really, yeah.
Yes.
You couldn't really tell what's going on. So
And I felt like their names were a little too on the nose Russian. So he was Yuri. Nick Cage was Yuri, and then Jared Leto was Vitaly.
something like that. Yeah. That was very Eastern European. That's
just
all.
feels like,
Yeah.
Isn't Vitalia a type of vodka?
Tried very hard. Sure.
I think it.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay.
I'm happy.
Lots
for
of
you.
vodka in this movie.
Lots.
So many noises.
And Nick Cage in the beginning, at least, he has like Al Pacino hair, kind of.
Yes. At the beginning, because he's young.
Because, yes, when I think Al Pacino.
Exactly. You think
Charlie!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. God. Scent of Woman, fantastic. Yeah, so he does. He sells great. He sells. Okay, so he ends up selling like an
Very
Uzi.
visual one.
Watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, he sells an Uzi
Hit that like button.
to somebody.
Yes.
Yeah, and he realized that's small time. He can't do just the gangsters in his area. He realized he has to go bigger.
Yeah.
And so he ends up finding what is it? Like one of his he's at one of like the big conventions or whatever.
Yeah.
And I didn't know I didn't realize that was the thing. That's crazy.
I don't think that's a thing.
It can't be. Like selling tanks and like guns, like a thing like that. It seems like
What's that called? The SHOT Show or whatever?
I have no clue.
But it's in Illinois, where it's just basically like it's basically Comic-Con, but for like gun makers.
That's crazy.
And you can buy guns
I could
there.
understand like a gun show. I get that, but this place had like tanks. Okay, we get it. I think everyone gets it. You have muscles, great. So, yeah, not a gun show. More. There's tanks at the show. Remember that there was that huge tank and the two chicks?
Right.
And their bikinis like,
right.
okay, yeah, we drive tanks too. No, you don't. And so,
Do you come with a car?
yeah. So Nick Cage, he sees one of the arms
The
dealers.
main-
The main
yeah, guy.
And so this is like he's one of the old school like arms dealers where he only sells to a certain side that
Right.
he wants to win.
Right.
Type thing. And so Nick Cage is like, oh, my uncle told me to talk to you. His name is whatever. And I'm looking to do whatever. And the guy says to him, like, yeah, no, I don't. This is an amateur hour. Like, we do this specifically, whatever. And then Nick Cage's like, well, you sold to Iraq and Iran. Like, you didn't pick sides.
Right.
And that's when he said, well, do you think I didn't want either to win.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I did pick sides. I picked my side. And so it kind of gets you an idea of what how he's like. And then so Nick Cage is like, great, I can't get through him. But his uncle is a general in the Soviet army. And
Yes.
I believe it's around this time where so it moves from the 80s and he does start selling, but not really until he meets his uncles when he really starts
Really
going
quick
crazy.
though, when they're like back at the hotel and they're banging the tent girls, did you find it weird that the girls wearing the hats still?
I found it weird that the brothers were banging girls
In the same
room.
room. Yeah.
I thought that was
That was
a little
weird.
weird. I'm like, I don't know about that. I couldn't
Yeah.
see you two.
That's weird.
Doing that. I was like, I don't know about that. So
But the hats more so.
of course. The hats are really
hats
out
crossing the
there.
line.
That is crossing the line. Yeah. Oh, got my things. Yeah, and Nick Cage, so Jared Leto is going to town on the one chick. He's standing, just got her, holding her up against the wall type thing. Yeah, good for you. Nick Cage, though, is hilarious.
yeah, that's right.
So Nick Cage is he's on his back, just laying there watching TV.
Yes.
And the chick's, I don't think, she doesn't have a top on. I don't know about the, no, she's naked. That's
Yeah,
right.
naked.
Completely
Except for the
naked.
hat.
Yes.
And just laying on top of him and just like, kind of like nuzzling his neck a bit. Yeah, exactly. And I forgot what he was watching. He's watching something.
Was it the news?
I'm sure it was something with the news.
Huey Lewis.
Exactly. Yeah. I say exactly. I said like 2 times in a row. So after that, is that when he finds out? Oh no. So before he finds out about the whole what is it? The Soviet Union, the whole collapse. He's selling things. My hands are
So much hands.
I'm very like
Italian.
I talk with my hands a lot. I'm sorry. Yeah, and then just the part where he's selling the guns and they have like the targets and it's Ronald Reagan's head.
Yeah.
I thought that was like in your face, Ronald Reagan.
Why do so many movies? So like it's okay. There's a couple movies where they show this montage and then they play that song, Money, It's What I Want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, first off, that version sucks. I hate it so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, why do they use that version?
Because it has the word money in it.
Yeah, but use the old version then.
That's what I want.
Yeah. Like the background vocals are terrible.
Because when did that song come out? 80s, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, there was a lot of music that would correspond with what was going on, like with in there. I couldn't remember the
Something that made me chuckle when they're on the boat, and then they find out like the
Interpol.
Yeah.
Interpol, International Police. Interpol.
Oh, okay, yeah. Very good. They're like, oh, what do we do? Okay, so they do all this stuff, and then Nick Cage yells at the captain. He's like, slow down, dead slow. Dead slow. There's a lever, and it shows the various speeds, and one is dead slow.
Now, you both might
that can't be real.
You might be surprised about this, but I am not a ship captain.
What?
Yes.
I feel like I don't even know you.
Why not? And I agree with you. I don't think that dead slow is an actual speed setting.
I agree.
But
shut up.
I bet somebody would prove us wrong. I bet somebody would be like, no, well, actually, in 19 blah blah blah, there was a setting on this ship that said dead slow. I bet you it's happened.
I don't
think so, but I'm sure.
I wish that was like a setting on like car transmissions. Like there's like drive D3 to dead slow.
1.5 miles an hour.
Yeah, so and like they change like the name of the ship, which was I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
and like they change the flag. He's like, oh, I'll flip it this way, and it's Danish,
But wait, where is it? Yeah, so Jared Leto's like, oh, if we don't have the Danish flag, but we have the French flag. If we fly it sideways, it looks like the Danish flag. And we suggest that. Nicolas Cage goes, that's why you're my brother.
That's the reason.
Yes, that is why.
That's why we're related. It's because you know flags.
Yep.
Yes.
And at this point, I'm just like, oh no, not Interpol. Oh no. Because if you Interpol, I mean, I think it's 100. How many countries recognize Interpol? Like 192, 190, something like that. Recognize Interpol. That way, if like the Interpol does something, because Interpol it's like this stuff, gun running, international stuff, classy. But they do a lot of the stuff. So and countries will be like, oh, this guy, and then they would take him in, and Interpol would like give him to the particular country. I don't know how all that when it gets to the more closer stuff works, but sometimes Interpol is almost like a joke, because it's not a joke at all. It's very serious. But there are countries.
Kick down your door tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, there are countries. A joke. There are countries that are just like Interpol. Okay, whatever. You're not part of our country. We don't care.
Them kicking down his door, like like how you hear like these really bad stories of like these police like shooting people's dogs and
swatting and shit.
I'm like, well, they don't have like Bran Bran doesn't have a dog, so like they shoot his rowing machine. He's just like,
Mr. Rowie,
not Roe versus Wade. Oh my god. But like when they show up though, he's like, oh, look, innocent, and I guess that's his cue. Just stand awkwardly on the side
and smile.
Right.
Yeah. I love how so they open the containers. And I love how just potatoes roll out. Just potatoes.
Right.
And I love how they had to show at the end them rolling the potatoes rolling more to see if there were weapons in there. It's like
okay, so you think when they transport potatoes, you think they'd be in sacks?
Or
like bags. It'd be in some kind of
like when I'm bringing it up again, but because the brokerage background I have, like you have like there's certain like things you have to do, like legally, to have something important like exported from one country and brought to another. Now I only import stuff into the U.S. I don't I don't export and I don't import into other countries, so I don't know other country standards. They might be fine with potatoes in like 100-degree weather, whatever. I don't know. But there's no way that you're bringing in potatoes in a container like that in the U.S. There's just no way. So
how are they supposed to come? Do you know?
The potatoes?
Yeah.
I've never brought potatoes in, but if I had to guess, they wouldn't be. They'd be like.
They wouldn't be loose, right?
They'd probably be in like it's called they're called gaylord. It's basically I knew that was coming. I knew it was coming. It's a huge it's a big cardboard box where there's no flaps usually for the top. There's flaps for the bottom. Sometimes the flaps are perfect and they line up great. It's a cardboard box. I can see him coming to some of that in an actual sack, and the sack's put into that kind of box. You just love that I'm saying sacks and gaylord, aren't you? Yeah, I just knew that was happening. But I'm sure, or
it's just a box without a top.
It could come in. Yeah. That's how some. But I'm.
It wouldn't be loose. But that's what I'm getting at.
But it would not.
No, I'm so immature right now.
Loose gaylord sack. This is great. But I think
there'd be no loose sacks on the gaylord.
But I really don't. I'm sure the U.S. does import some potatoes, but most of the potatoes are U.S. grown. Yeah, so I don't really see us bringing too many potatoes. Idaho. Oh, what's the other?
Idaho. Anything funny about that?
Like ho. Yeah, there's other states that do it. I think there's like South Idaho and one east. But yeah, stuff has to be brought in certain ways. And there, yeah.
Oh, there goes that
God.
No. Okay, so okay. Throughout this, I feel bad for Jared Leto. I do. Well, it's because so Nick Cage wants to get paid in money. Well, the one guy he sells guns to pays him in cocaine.
Yes.
Yeah. And Nick Cage is like, no, I don't want the cocaine.
Really quick, though. So, I mean, he's talking.
Colombian. I gotta pee so bad.
We're 40 minutes in.
I know.
Go pee. Do you have any facts about like languages that he's learned or whatever? Because he's speaking it.
All these languages.
Actually, I don't have any trivia about him speaking languages, but I did notice that. He's like, oh, it sounds like he knows what he's doing.
Right.
But where is it? Nicolas Cage's son is actually the mechanic who's working on the helicopter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's funny because I thought he looked like a fat, older Haley Joel Osment.
Yes, he does.
He's in a black metal band, I believe.
Did we go over that in Mandy?
I don't remember. Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like speaking like fluent.
Yeah, a couple different languages.
Right. But oh my God. But yeah, so so he's talking with the Colombian guy. Yeah, and he wants to pay him in cocaine.
Yeah.
And that's when he gets shot, right?
Yeah, in the hip.
Yeah.
Or on the side, at least.
Don't worry, I made it.
Oh, glad you could join us.
Oh, God, I was like...
Gaylord. No, I'm
were you talking about the Pugsy-looking guy?
Yeah. The guy, the helicopter mechanic?
Yeah.
That's his son.
Really?
Yeah. Nope.
I saw it.
It is.
Yeah. He's very dumpy looking. That's fine. I like him. Nick Cage's son, huh?
Apparently, according to the IMDb trivia.
But yeah, and then I guess...
Sorry, go ahead. I was reading my notes.
Okay. So that after they get paid in cocaine, he manages to turn and burn a lot of it, gets a shit ton of money for it. Except for one.
One goes missing.
Jared Leto goes on this fucking coke bender and stuff like that.
He's in a boarding house in Bolivia or something where Nick Cage finds him. Yeah.
He makes the shape of Ukraine with cocaine.
Yeah, then Nick Cage destroys it and Jared Leto loses his shit.
Right.
Which I thought it was. He did a pretty good job. I think Jared Leto did a great job. He's a really good actor.
Did you ever see Dallas Buyers Club? Mm-mm. Dude, Jared Leto plays what's the right
buyer?
Phrasing?
Does he live in Dallas?
I don't want to say tranny.
Transsexual?
Sure. Or no, I don't know if he had the operation yet or not.
Transgender?
Transgender? I don't know the correct term.
I'm just saying he's a woman. Yeah, he dresses as a woman. Anyway.
They, them?
He's a good-looking woman. Is all I'm going to say.
Dude, he's a good-looking man. I'm sure he would make a good-looking woman.
Sounds like a country song.
I didn't mention pickup trucks, though. Or Budweiser, or my dog.
Is that Waterboy? What's that from? Sounds like a country song.
Waterboy.
Wedding Singer.
Wedding Singer, that's it.
This song's called I Got Punched in the Face for Sticking My Nose in Other People's Business. Sounds like a country song. But yeah, Jared Leto's fucking awesome in that.
Nice.
And Matthew McConaughey gets crazy fucking skinny in it because he has AIDS.
Okay, yeah. I know what you're talking. I haven't seen it, but now I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Outer space.
That's good, Matthew McConaughey.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh.
Lincoln.
I don't know what's happening now, but that's great.
Yeah. So they ship him off to rehab.
Yes.
And then
this is when they find out. Wait, is this when he's still making money? He's doing pretty well for himself, but now there's this woman that he's obsessed with.
Who's from the model? Who's from his hometown?
Yes, and she didn't give him the time of day. And then all of a sudden, now that he's got this money and like he sees her, like throughout his trips, he sees her on the billboards because she's very good looking.
Yes,
and she basically she's a model, supermodel basically. And so he finally.
Is there a difference between a model and a supermodel?
I think so. I think a supermodel is more international.
Well, it could be.
Yeah. That'd be my guess.
Yeah.
They get paid more.
Exactly. Yeah, I would say so. I think there's probably not millions, but I think there's a lot of models, but I think there's only a certain amount of supermodels because of the international stuff.
Are there ultra models?
Oh, God, look at you.
Mediocre models?
What the hell is going on?
Mm-mm.
It's only us three. I don't know what's
so he finds out that the supermodel lady that he has a crush on.
Yeah, because he rents out a whole hotel.
rents a hotel.
Sets up a fake photo shoot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he says this line that I really do like a lot. You can't make someone fall in love with you, but you can improve your odds.
Yeah. And that is.
Because it's really true, though. I mean, okay, listen. The whole love at first sight thing, that's maybe there's a very probably small percentile of that happening where you see someone who's like, oh, blah.
Yeah, you can't say it never happens because I'm sure it has.
But a lot of the times it's where someone catches your eye. So a lot of the times you just you increase your odds. So if this person works at this store, you're going to keep going to that store to where you frequently run into them. You increase your odds. You see what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. I don't
know where I was going with it.
No. You're on the right path. You're on the right
don't
path.
Fucking
no, I'm not. If I wasn't, you're on the right path. That's what I would have said. But no,
it's a quote that holds very true.
Yeah, it does.
We make it work out in our favor. Listen, bro, it's not as good as your fucking Con Air fucking
what
thing.
I was gonna say is I would just
his explanation at the end of Con Air. It
was such shit, but
it was good.
I stick with it. I'm saying it was shit, but I stick with it.
When he sees his daughter for the first time.
Yeah.
It was good.
You'd explain more.
Well, yeah, because he explains the inner turmoil that the daughter's going through. Nick Cage is going through, when they see each other after all those years.
Oh yeah.
We
watched that episode.
Yes. Boom! I don't
Smash
know.
that like button.
Yeah. Dark Lord beer.
So I want to make a t-shirt, by the way. I've been thinking about that. Just the Three Floyds logo and the Amon Amarth logo, and just Dark Lord beer, the best beer.
That'd be great.
That's so much copyright infringement.
Of course. Yeah. That's fine.
If we make 3 shirts, then whatever.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? See, okay, so what you were talking about, I'm more of the if I was interested in somebody, I'd be like, okay, I'll go there, and then I wouldn't even go in the first place because I'd just be too nervous. So that would just be out the window for me. And if I ever did see them, it'd be more of the hiding behind a corner, staring at them.
Creepy.
Exactly. I wouldn't even do that.
It's all about planting the seed.
I wouldn't even
not
do
in a sexual way. I mean, just
but not even to get into it. It's not even worth it. And no pen either. It's in this hand. Ha! Tricked you.
Mind freak. Who's the sleepy one? Oh, David Blaine. That's
David
right.
Blaine.
Who's the sleepy one?
I've got a magic trick I can show you if you want to see it.
Right.
Look at this.
See this cap? Hold it. Hold it. Now you're holding the cap.
Oh my God. Did you see David Blaine?
Take a nap.
Oh my god, it was amazing. It was good. It was good.
That's my kind of magic.
That's a good nap. I'll throw out my garbage.
So where are we at now?
Okay, so they're on the island together, or the hotel.
Yes.
And and then she's like, oh yeah,
well, they're eating, and she's at one table, he's at another, and he kind of like raises his glass, wine glass to her, and then there's more because they're the only two there.
Yeah,
they start talking, and then
Cage rents out the entire hotel.
Right. Yes, and she's like, well, he's the only one here, I might as well marry him. And then that's how it goes.
Yeah, but like when they're like both on their beach chairs, slip and slide. And she's like, oh, the photographer never showed up, blah 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 blah, and I feel like the line delivery was really terrible. Like, why don't I take your picture?
I also wrote that down.
I was like, oh, that's really
so good. It's so good.
I put, why don't I take your picture? Yikes.
And then they get married.
Yes. Get married. There's a kid. It really doesn't show the marriage. Doesn't show. Like, there's a kid.
It shows the after party.
Well, there's a kid. But then it shows there's a kid pretty soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
But they're that's all, folks. Because the parents are there.
Yes.
And
and then this is where he's watching the TV and he sees.
Oh wait, but then when the parents are there, he's like, make yourself at home. Go! He yells at them. I'm like, holy shit. But and then also.
Go ahead.
Jared Leto's there, and he's a fucking train wreck.
Before Jared Leto shows up, so the kid,
dude, is he the best 5 o'clock shadow?
Yes, I would.
Jared Leto.
I would love that 5 o'clock shadow, dude. I would love it.
So handsome.
So God, what is a dreamboat? So before he shows up,
you have 2 posters. Riley from National Treasure.
Okay, Riley's on the wall. Jared Leto is on my ceiling. If you catch my drift, it's because I use him to pleasure myself. Okay, so what? I don't know what you're talking about. So so before Jared Leto shows up, there's
no, Riley, you can't see this.
Turn around. Yeah. So
you have a picture of it in the frame and you just put it face down. Like, no, Riley, you can't see this.
Do with my cat that I had 10 years ago. I just put the cat picture down. I loved my cat. Don't make fun.
Wait, you need a picture? Well, you do?
Wait, you have a cat or a picture of a cat?
If you do, it's okay. I'm not laughing at it.
No, but I do have my cat's ashes on my.
That's okay. Whatever.
Because I loved my cat. I had her for like over 10 years. It was my friend.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't have. I mean,
no picture of.
Okay.
Do I have a picture of
like a frame pic? Well,
no,
I guess it's not bad. I guess okay. If you have a picture of your cat, that's fine. But if you put it down, you're doing weird stuff. That's weird. That's what I'm getting at. If it's like a floral, like
no. I just have the ashes. I don't know where else to put them, so they're just sitting there.
You get like motion activated, like meow 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 meow, like we recorded, like we set it down.
When you guys leave, that's all I do. I go back into my room and just sit with it. Oh, that's so horrible. Okay, so before Jared Leto shows up to this thing,
hey, this is Brian,
Chris,
Brandon.
We really appreciate you guys checking out the podcast, and we just want to say the only way that we can get more people to hear us is if you suggest us, recommend us, find us on iTunes, rate us 5 stars as always, put a positive review, and hopefully we can put out plenty more content for you.